we will hold the SEO Qingdao Summit. So in the run-up of the summit, we have the great honor to have with us the leaders of the Shandong government. First, the Deputy Secretary General Spokesperson of People's Government of Shandong Province, Mr. Wei Huaxiang. Deputy Director General and Spokesperson of the Provincial Development and Reform Commission, Mr. Guan Zhaoquan. Level 2 Council of Provincial Ocean and Fishery Department, as well as Ms. Fu Ruixin. There are mainly two items of the agenda. First, Mr. Wei Huaxiang will introduce the economic and social development of Shandong Province. The second, he will answer your questions. First, let's welcome Mr. Wei Huaxiang to give the introduction. As friends from the media, first I would like to extend my gratitude for your coming. SEO is a very great partner of Shandong, so we'd like to use the opportunity of the summit to conduct cooperation that are in-depth cooperation with other member states and partners. First, I would like to introduce about Shandong. Shandong has a regional advantage and complete system of transportation. It is on the lower reaches of the Yellow River and looks at Japan and South Korea and ROK across the sea. And it is a converging point of the 21st century maritime Silk Road, and it has 70 cities and 137 counties, covers a land area of 157.9 thousand kilometers, accounting for 1.64% of the country. And it has permanent residents is more than 1 million. And the national railways, including Jinan, Qingdao, and other railways converge in Jinan. It only takes 1.5 hours to reach Beijing and 3.5 hours to reach Shanghai. The express highways covers 96% of the county-level cities and districts. It has more than 700 seaports, 9 civil airports, with 300 routes to destinations at home and abroad. It is the home of. It has very long history and culture and has nurtured philosophers and celebrities. The earliest and most primitive people in Shandong is the Yuan people, so that we can trace the history of Shandong back to 500,000 years ago. So at that time, we already discovered the pottery as thin as eggshell and the most primitive characters. So the Confucianism is a very important part of the Chinese culture. The founder of Confucius, he advocated for harmony with uniformity. So he advocated for diversified unity, manifesting the democratic spirit and mutual respect of the Chinese culture, which has still great significance to us now. Shandong has spectacular natural scene and the very abundant natural reserves. So it is defined by UNESCO as the natural and cultural heritage destination. So the Yellow River is our mother river, and it accounts for 1/6 of the coastlines of China. It has many islands and seas, many islands, reefs in the region, and the Penglai Fairyland and the Laoshan Mountain are very famous. So we have already proven reserves of 128 minerals account for 70% of the minerals of China, with gold, gypsum, and sulfur among the largest in China. 40 years have passed since the beginning of reform and opening up, and the economic and social landscape experienced significant changes. First is that our GDP has already exceeded 7 trillion yuan. In 2017, it has exceeded 7.27 trillion yuan, which is 322 times that of the 1978, realizing annual growth of 11.5%, accounting for 88% of the nationwide accounting, taking the third place nationwide. And its fiscal revenue has already exceeded 600 billion yuan. In 2007, it reached 10,790 billion yuan. The gap between rural and urban areas has been narrowed. Second, the industrial structure has been optimized. The three industry structure turned from the 33.3 and 52.9 and 13.8 to the 6.7, 45.3 and 48 in 2017. The modern agriculture has developed rapidly. In 2017, the grain yield reached 47.23 billion kilos, accounting for 7.6%, ranking third in the world. And the first two are Heilongjiang and Henan province. And they already exceeded a large number. And the vegetables, fruits, meat, and seafood accounted for 12.9%, 11.5%, and 9.3%, and 12.7%, ranking first nationwide. And our export of agricultural goods reached 115.25 billion yuan, accounting for one-fourth nationwide. Farmer cooperatives, family farms, a new type of agribusiness rank first nationwide. And the industrial strength grew constantly. The industrial added value reached 1.87 trillion yuan, and the industrial sector and information smart technology accelerated development, and the transformation and upgrade also quickened. The high-end equipment manufacturing, biological medicine exceeded 100 billion yuan. The cloud computing, Internet of Things, big data, and mobile internet also developed rapidly. And we have seen that a lot of development of Haixing and other very high-tech companies. And many areas of the manufacturing also reached great development and leveraged their advantage in this part. The strategic new development has. The service sector has realized a leapfrog development. In 2017, the service added value already reached 3 point. The information and science and technology service also realized the development. The e-commerce delivery, fast delivery also realized a smart progress. The consumption also played a more important part in contributing to the economic growth. In 2017, the social consumption and retail sales reached 3.36 trillion yuan, ranking second around the world. So all of these developments have been very convenient to our people. If we don't carry money or if we don't carry cash when we have breakfast in the morning, so we can pay with mobile phone. So the sense of gain has been greatly improved. It has also proved that the e-commerce and fast delivery service and generalization has been strengthened. However, at the same time, we have also stick to the environmental friendly philosophy and have contributed to the resource conservation and friendly environment construction. So the provincial level is higher than national level, and the environment air quality realized improvement in 5 consecutive years, with water quality was improved in 15 consecutive years. The national level ecological city was established, and 7 natural reserves were established, including the Jimao Mountain, the forest park, in 52 points in 67 wetland parks, with forest coverage reaching 25%. Fourth is the constant improvement of people's livelihood, and we have constantly improved our investment. Accounting for 79% of the budget of public expenditure. And we have about 3.876 million people who have lived below the provincial poverty line have been lifted out of poverty. And the relocation project of 600,000 residents in Yellow River floodplains have been launched in an all-round manner. Employment, culture, education, medical care for the aged, social security, and other social programs have made significant headway. Fifth, we have sped up the pace to open the outside world. Shandong is one of the first coastal regions in China to open the outside world. Over the past 40 years, China has always stuck to the principle of opening up and mutual benefit and has won friends from across the world. So far has entered into 437 sister city or other twinning agreements and has kept advancing the friendly exchanges and cooperation with its partners in politics, culture, education, science, and technology. For example, it has established friendly relations and assisted city relations with St. Petersburg and two kind of relations with India, including the city of Hatlava. And we have also established the sister city relations with Turkestan. In these relations, we have kept advancing friendly exchanges and cooperation with partners, policies, economy, culture, education, science and technology, and sports in the non-government sector. In 2017, the import-export goods reached 1.78 trillion yuan, which is 1,215 times that of 1978. Foreign investment has become an important part of the province economy. In 2017, the foreign investment utilized reached 121.05 billion yuan, an increase of 9%. And the province attracted a total of 212 Fortune 500 companies to invest in 713 projects. Meanwhile, the enterprises in Shandong are also very active in overseas investment and cooperation. In 2017, the province ranked fifth, second, and first in the country in terms of outbound investment, turnover, contracted projects abroad, and number of dispatched workers in overseas labor for services. In 2017, the province Shandong is actively engaged in the Belt and Road Initiative, and the province investment in the countries along the Belt and Road counted to 10.06 billion, increasing by 81.7%. So Shandong has become a hub in the international sea land transportation linking Japan and Republic of Korea on the east and Central Asia and Europe on the west. Now guided by the significant thought associated with Chinese characteristics for a new era, we fully implement the guidelines from the 19th National Congress of the CPC, pursue the vision of innovative, and focus on improving the quality and benefits of the development. And we have opened a new landscape of fostering growth drivers to replace the old ones. And we have pursued the vision of innovative, coordinated, bring and open development that is for everyone. And we will take fostering new growth drivers to place the old one as the overarching project in economic development and endeavor to boost the application of smart solutions in industries, develop smart industries, realize interdisciplinary integration, upgrade brands, promote innovative and sustainable development, and take a lead in the development by advancing new technologies, new industries, new forms and models of business. And we have also targeted poverty alleviation, preventing, controlling, and have fight the three top battles of preventing and diffusing major risks, which will speed up the efforts towards building a committed modern province that enjoy both economic and cultural prosperity and both harmony and beauty by making continuous efforts and proceed to basically realize modernization. Dear friends, the warm-hearted and hospitable Shandong people will always embrace the world with an open mind. We sincerely hope our friends in the China abroad continue to show the interest and support and come to travel and invest in Shandong. Thank you.
谢谢
Thank you, Deputy Secretary General, for your introduction. Now the floor is open for your questions. Before proposing your questions, please identify yourself and your affiliation. Also, the question will be in the consecutive interpretation model. So if you propose your question in Chinese, you will first hear Russian interpretation and then English. If it is raised in foreign languages, it will also be interpreted before being answered by our speaker. Now the floor is open for first question. I see a lot of foreign faces here at the press conference, so the first question goes to the journalist in the front seat. Please use your microphone.
Государственное учреждение Джахунамо, информационное телевидение, Республика Таджикистан. У меня вопрос такой. Какова общая ситуация сотрудничества в торгово-экономической отрасли провинции Шандунь и странами членов Шанхайской организации? Спасибо.
I'm with media from Tajikistan. My first question is about the cooperation between Shandong province and SCO member states in terms of economic and trade. Thank you. Let me take your first question. I'll give you a simple example. You come from Tajikistan. Our Yanxian group constructed in Newark, Tajikistan, 2 schools in 2000. And when Rahman participated in the unveiling ceremony, he expressed his gratitude to the Yanxian group. Now let's talk in detail about your question. In recent years, Shandong has seen closer cooperation with SCO member states. We have greater progress in our cooperation. In 2017, Shandong's export-import to and from SCO member states totaled RMB 118.6 billion, including 68.2 billion of export and 50.4 billion of import. So in terms of the total growth, our import and trade and export with SCO members increased greatly. And this year, China will host the CNIE. We hope we can better facilitate the cooperation with other states. We have an export that is increasing by 45%, which is very high. Our total import and export was RMB 28.72 billion, including 14.67 billion of export and 14.05 billion of import. We made use of 290 million of investment. We will focus on 3 aspects. First, we will promote a number of major cooperation projects led by the construction of overseas economic and trade cooperation areas. We have sped up the construction of a number of provincial overseas economic and trade cooperation areas with clear priorities and clear structure. Shandong has 4 We have higher Ruba economic zone. It is the first national-level overseas economic and trade cooperation area in China, in joint efforts between Higher Group and Ruba Group of Pakistan. It has completed a total investment of $110 million, hosted 7 companies, and hired more than 3,000 local people. In terms of international production capacity cooperation, Shandong has launched a number of key overseas projects in cooperation with SCO member states. For example, Dongying Heli Investment Development Corporation Limited launched the petroleum cooperation project in Tajikistan. Shandong Bensu Elevators invested in investment elevator and manufacturing plant in Kazakhstan. Higher Group built plants in Russia and India. Zibo Herui Economic and Trade Corporation Limited established Moderna ceramics industry company in Uzbekistan for ceramic production. And the Ruyi Group invested in a coal-fired power plant in Pakistan. In addition, just like I mentioned, the 2 schools, Yanjian Group, constructed in Newark, Tajikistan, was highly recognized by state leaders of the country. These companies has provided jobs and improved the local incomes. Second, strengthen international and trade cooperation to explore diverse foreign markets. Shandong has made active efforts to host exhibitions targeted at Belt and Road countries. In 2017, we launched the 100 overseas exhibition campaigns, and nearly 40% of these exhibitions occurred in Belt and Road countries. We have 9 exhibitions in Russia. We also have some other kinds of exhibition on equipment and oil and gas resources. We have India trade exhibition, service exhibition, and agricultural business exhibition. In Pakistan, we have 2 exhibitions, including the power industry. In Kazakhstan, we held 2 exhibitions, including in auto parts and construction materials. This was held in the Astana Expo last year. Shandong province also pushed for the building of a number of overseas public warehouses for e-commerce in these countries and enhanced cooperation, integrated custom clearance. We are cooperating with SCO member states, and they have contributed a lot to the economic growth in Shandong. In 2017, the growth of our imports and export to and from Belt and Road countries was 1.2 percentage points higher than the average, and the growth of import in particular was 9.1 percentage points higher than the average. SCO member states have already been an important source of growth for Shandong's economy. Trade with SCO member states account for 6.7% of the total trade value of Shandong, and the potential for trade cooperation is huge. Third, we will seize the opportunity of SCO Qingdao Summit to accelerate the building of a passageway for Shandong's opening up to the outside world. Qingdao has planned a China SCO local economic and trade cooperation demonstration area in the Qingdao Eurasia Economic and Trade Industrial Park, and the plan has already been approved by the Ministry of Commerce. With the demonstration area put in place, Shandong, Qingdao will serve as a sea gate for relevant SCO member states and Central Asia, and provide a major platform through which goods from Japan, Korea, and other Asian-Pacific countries can reach Central Asia and even Central and Eastern Europe. For the next stage, we will continue to explore new models for trade and logistics cooperation with SCO member states, so as to build a passageway for trade and logistics. This will further showcase Shandong's importance in China's opening up policy. Thank you. Thank you for your answer. Now the second question.
请关兆全先生来回答这个问题。请翻译一下，对。
With the Xinhua News Agency, just now you talked about Shandong's effort to shift from old to new driving forces. Would you like to talk a little bit more about it and introduce Shandong's effort to build 10 pillar industries? Thank you. Thank you for your question. Shandong is a crucial strategic point in China's effort to extend its opening up from south to north and to promote east-west multi-tiered development. To promote the building of a comprehensive experiment zone for shift of driving forces for development, explore patterns for the shift, and drive the transformation development of northern China is a major political mission assigned to Shandong by the State Council and a historic opportunity for Shandong's development. Therefore, the CBC Shandong Provincial Committee and Shandong government has adhered to technological innovation as the leading force and new development production factors such as knowledge, information, and data as the support to promote transformation. With 3 to 5 years of effort, we will establish the 10 pillar industries of new generation information technology, advanced equipment manufacturing, new energy and materials, modern marine industry, healthcare, advanced medical industry, modern efficient agriculture, culture and creativity, high-end tourism, and modern financial services. We will build Shandong into an important area featuring a cluster of a new economy in China and a major pole for vigorous development in Northeast Asia. For example, we will vigorously develop the new generation information technology industry that leads into the future. Shandong has witnessed rapid growth of above 20% in new generation network communication, cloud computing, Internet of Things, big data, and other IT industries, and has been one of the top 3 provinces in China in terms of revenues of these businesses. In the future, with the advantages of Jinan, Qingdao, and Yantai, and important relevant enterprises in these cities, we will bring in advanced technologies and strategic capital from home and abroad to launch major projects of integrated circuit, new display, advanced software, and quantum communication. We will establish a national comprehensive big data experiment zone. We will strive to develop advanced smart equipment manufacturing. Equipment manufacturing is a traditional advantageous industry in Shandong, with the local enterprises contributing 1/10 of China's total revenue of this industry. Qingdao Sifang has shared up to 65% of the domestic rail transit equipment market. Weichai Power is the largest manufacturer of engines in China, and CIMC Raffles proprietary ultra-deep semi-submersible oil rig and other advanced marine equipment take up a quarter of the world's market. We will focus on smart manufacturing, construction machinery, power machinery, and other fields to strive to master key technologies and the making of core parts, speed up the R&D application and mass production of major equipment and systems, and create a world-class cluster of advanced equipment manufacturing industry. We will vigorously promote refined and environmentally friendly advanced chemical industries. Shandong, with a production capacity of 210 million tons, is one of the top 3 petrochemical industry clusters in the world. We will adhere to the direction of developing parks, large-scale projects, and green development to launch a number of major aromatics and ethylene projects, and build a world-leading high-end petrochemical industries based on south coast of Bohai Sea. We will promote the cultural industry inheritance and innovation. Shandong is a major origin of Chinese civilization and has long and rich history. In recent years, we have strongly advocated traditional Chinese culture and pushed to the world our cultural brands such as World Confucius Conference and Confucius Institute. We will strive to integrate traditional culture with modern industry, promote digital media, motion pictures and games, creativity and design, and other fashion industries. We will offer support to Jinan and Qingdao to build the national pilot experiment zone for movie and TV cultural consumption and a global center for TV and movie culture to promote cultural development. We will vigorously develop tourism with clear features. Shandong boasts pleasant climate and convenient transportation. Its rich tourism resources are widely loved by tourists from people across the world. Shandong people are friendly, honest, and hospitable, and the hospitable Shandong brand is well known in and out of China. In 2017, we received a total of 780 million Chinese and foreign investors. We will build brands such as the hometown of Confucius, Golden Coast, and Safe Mount Tai, promote tourism standardization and service customization. We will offer diverse, high-quality tourism products and create world-class vacation destinations. Looking ahead, we will step up our effort in 3 aspects. First, we will enhance policy support, create innovative science and technology, land, tax, and financial systems and mechanisms, make brave attempts, and strive to promote pilot policies for free trade areas, national level new areas, and independent innovation demonstration areas to other key areas. Second, we will strengthen service support by creating a database of major projects for the shift of driving forces. For projects in the database, we will designate specific service providers, create new promotional models, and open green channels. We will create a first-class business-friendly environment featuring fewer formalities, higher efficiency, and better services. Third, we will do more to channel funds. We have created a dedicated fund of 600 billion yuan in value for the shift of driving forces, and we encourage capital from home and abroad to join our efforts for the shift in various models. We are sincerely welcome to all to make investments to our businesses in China. We will do all we can to promote high-quality service in regard of planning, industrial policy, project approval, and funding. Thank you.
第2排，这位女士穿黑色衣服的。
谢谢主持人，我是大众日报的记者，在这里有一个问题想请教一下。不久前，山东提出要打造乡村振兴的齐鲁样板。我们知道，实施乡村振兴战略是一篇大文章。作为全国知名的农业大省，山东将如何统筹谋划、科学推进，为全国乡村振兴贡献山东力量？谢谢。
эта задача оказывается весьма амбициозной. И поэтому, с точки зрения возрождения сельских районов, какие шанжонгские варианты ваше правительство в области продвигает? Спасибо.
With 大众日报, rural revitalization has been a major initiative in China. Shandong is known for its agriculture, so what kind of contribution will Shandong make to the national revitalization of agriculture?
这个问题是不是还是要请关先生来回答？
谢谢你的提问，也感谢你。
Thank you for your question, and thank you for your attention to the agricultural work in Shandong. As President Xi Jinping said, Shandong is a big agricultural province and is regarded as the bellwether of national agricultural sectors. He outlined 9 sets of data. Specifically, with 6% of the country's total farmland and 1% of freshwater resources, Shandong produces 8% of the country's grain, 9% of meat, 12% of fruits, and 13% of vegetables, 14% of aquatic products, and 19% of peanuts, and contributed to 24% of the country's agricultural products exports. All these demonstrate the pivotal role and important status of Shandong in China's agricultural sectors. In recent years, Shandong has vigorously promoted diversified farming while improving the comprehensive agricultural productivity. We have propelled the integration of industrial chain, value chain, and supply chain, highlighted the rural tourism and rural e-commerce, and boosted the development of new industries, including the end-user industry, experience-based industry, smart industry, and circular industry. Leading agricultural enterprises of the province post sale revenue of 1.7 trillion in total. And a number of new type of agriculture entitled, such as farmers' cooperatives and family farms, rank number 1 in the country. Shandong is standing at a new starting point, and we have a solid foundation, prominent advantages for implementing the rural revitalization strategy across the board. The CPC Shandong Provincial Committee and the government of Shandong has followed the guidelines of the 19th National Party's Congress and President Xi Jinping's instructions. We have taken implementation of rural revitalization strategy and building the Shandong model of rural revitalization as major political tasks. They have made rapid developments, focused on carrying out relevant policies and measures, and mapped out a rural revitalization path with the characteristics of Shandong to ensure the instruction and requirements of President Xi Jinping are followed. We have developed a 5-year plan for implementing the rural revitalization strategy and rolled out key plans and key projects along the 5 work plans for revitalizing the rural regions in terms of industry, talent, culture, economy, and party organization. These plans, together with the #1 document of CPC's Shandong Provincial Committee, have determined a roadmap, timetable, and tasks of the rural revitalization strategy.
The 5-year plan of the Shandong for rural revitalization made arrangements for the revitalization of rural industries. In particular, it proposes to accelerate diversified farming, extend and integrate industrial chain, forge and improve value chains, optimize the integrated supply chains, and vigorously foster new industries and new models in rural areas, and energetically carry out 7 key projects, including whole industry chain development and innovation, agricultural product processing, rural e-commerce, rural tourism, rural integrated development demonstration park, comprehensive use of agricultural products and byproducts and city industry integration. These projects include a number of sub-projects and have enormous potential for cooperation. With regard to further opening up the agricultural sector, we have proposed to leverage Shandong's advantages in agriculture, actively participate in the Belt and Road Initiative, and make full use of domestic and international markets and resources to make an all-round, wide-ranging and multi-tier pattern of agricultural opening up and cooperation. There is a huge potential and broad prospect for cooperation between Shandong and SCO member states and regions in implementing the Going Forward strategy and the Going Global strategy for agriculture, strengthening international agricultural technology cooperation and other areas. The key to fulfilling the major political task of building the Shandong model of rural revitalization lies in organization and implementation. We will improve the organizational mechanism, coordination mechanism, monitoring and evaluation mechanism, and incentive mechanism in a move to ensure the rural revitalization plan is implemented effectively. And we also hope to take this opportunity to strengthen communication and cooperation with relevant countries and regions and promote mutually beneficial cooperation in agricultural and rural development. SDTV, what are Shandong's advantages in developing marine economy and what is the future plan? Thank you. I think this question is for Ms. Fu Rixing. Thank you for your question. I believe that we have noticed at the 2 sessions, at the review meeting of the Shandong delegation of the 2 sessions early this year, President Xi called for more attention to marine development and urged us to play our strength, strive to take the lead in developing the marine economy, speed up to build world-class ports, a sound modern marine industrial system, and a green sustainable marine environment, and contribute to China's growth into a maritime power. We are honored and humbled by this task of historic political significance. And it positions Shandong to be a strong marine economy and shows how much President Xi values marine development. Shandong Peninsula is the biggest of its kind in China. It looks out onto the Korean Peninsula and the Japanese archipelago in the east. It is of great importance in China's aspiration to be a maritime power. Shandong's adjacent sea area is more or less the same as its land area. It has 589 islands, more than 200 sea bays, and 3 super ports with a capacity exceeding 400 million tons in Qingdao, Rizhao, and Yantai. It is richly endowed with marine life, energy, and mineral resources, and ranks the first in China for the abundance of its marine resources. And there are 55 marine research and education institutions at the provincial level and above, and 110 state-level marine technological innovation platforms, including the Pilot National Laboratory for Marine Science and Technology and Science Deep Sea Center. And there are 22 resident academicians specialized in the marine science. A number of technological and technical specialists in the marine industry in Shandong is about 40% of the national total. In 2017, Shandong's gross ocean product stood at 1.48 trillion RMB, accounting for 19.1% of the national total and 20.4% of this GDP. Shandong has remained the second in China for consecutive years in terms of GOP and ranked first in the following 5 sectors: marine fishery, marine biopharmaceutics, sea salt, marine electricity, and marine transportation. To answer President Xi's call, the Provincial Party Committee and the People's Government of Shandong jointly formulated the action plan for rejuvenating Shandong through marine development and convened a work meeting in Qingdao. The principles of dynamism, harmony, environmental protection, openness, and people's welfare are proposed to guide the actions, clarifying the rich connotation of the marine development strategy. Meanwhile, the 10 priorities actions are listed, which will be advanced by global vision, international standards, and may make a full use of Shandong's advantages. The Marine Technology Innovation Action, the Marine Environment Conservation Action, the action to build world-class ports, the action to grow emerging marine industries, the action to upgrade traditional marine industries, the Smart Ocean Industry Action, the In-Depth Military-Civilian Integration Action, the Ocean Culture Rejuvenation Action, the Marine Openness and Cooperation Action, and the action of capacity building in ocean governance. In the next step, we will concentrate efforts in the following 5 aspects. First, coordinate ocean affairs. In line with the Ocean Plus thinking, we will better coordinate marine affairs such as the General Oceanographic Survey, Ocean Space Control, and Marine Military Civilian Integration, and do a good job in providing basic, miscellaneous services for the marine industries. A municipal level marine economy accounting system will be in place by the end of 2018. Second, foster emerging marine industries. We will vigorously support the development of emerging industries, including smart ocean, high-end marine equipment, marine biopharmaceutics, and comprehensive utilization of seawater. The added value of these emerging industries is expected to grow by more than 20% on year in the following 5 years. Third, protect marine resources and environment. We will roll out the master plan on conservation and utilization of coastlines by the end of 2018, coordinate the sea and land development, combine multiple policies, and scientifically designate the space for production, living, and ecological conservation. We will draw experience from the Bay Chief system piloted in Jiaozhou Bay and promoted in all coastal areas across the province. We will support Changdao counties development of provincial comprehensive experiment zone for marine ecological conservation and pilot national marine parks. We will speed up to roll out the mariculture, water, and shoal zoning plans at provincial, municipal, and county levels to scientifically designate prohibited, restricted, and open areas for agriculture. Our goal for the next 5 years is to increase the water quality pass rate for key marine function zones to above 90%. Fourth, develop marine ranching complexes. We will cultivate a number of high-level marine ranching complexes in Qingdao, Yantai, Weihai, and Rizhao. In Weifang, Dongying, and Binzhou, which will have advantages in shellfish production. We will promote shellfish purification techniques that meet the standards of the European Union and build bottom culture sea ranches. We support the industrial and commercial sector to fund sea ranching deep and open sea, build the deep-sea-equipped sea ranch in the Yellow Sea cold water mass, and boost the agglomeration and development of marine engineering equipment in the smart ocean. We plan to build 70 sea ranging demonstration zones above the provincial level and bring the comprehensive revenue from sea ranging from RMB to 300 billion RMB in the following 3 years. Fifth, open wider to the rest of the world. We will organize the International Symposium on High-Quality Marine Development to discuss major issues facing China's marine economy. We will establish the operating mechanism and a system in the Council of East Asia Marine Cooperation Platform as soon as possible, and we'll discuss the possibility of 10+3 and 1+N cooperation modes to promote international, multi-layered, pragmatic marine cooperation in East Asia, and develop influential strategic pivots for marine cooperation and under the Belt and Road Initiative, so as to build a Belt and Road Initiative with strategic influence. And we'll work hard to make the EAMCP Qingdao Forum a great success. Thank you. Due to the limit of time, today's press conference has come to an end. So if you have more questions, I refer you to the information office of the People's Government of Shandong. And we also have colleagues at the press conference. Thank you.
女士们、先生们，新闻发布会已经结束，请带好您的随身物品，注意脚下台阶，并将同传耳机还。